everybody, this is the Sliders Review. I'm here today to talk about Black History Month. The month that is a celebration of my people, because I am a black man and everything. And it's about all our accomplishments, all the oppression that we have gone through over like centuries of living in like America and stuff like that. And even till this day, we are still being oppressed. And so I'm here today to talk to you about certain characters or TV shows or episodes that revolve around Black History Month that I personally enjoy. So I'm here today to talk to you about Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers episode, What Are You Thinking? So this episode I have decided to include in my Black History Month episode because of the Blue Ranger what is his name? Sestra. It's not really so much in focus Sestro episode, but like I don't know, he has the most to do when it comes to that of the Alien Rangers. He at least fights in a monster all by himself. Sadly, when it comes to the Alien Ranger season, they got dumped on big time. They only had 10 episodes. We don't know much of anything about them. The only names I know is Sestro and Delphine. That's it. And Delphine is the White Ranger. And it's just, I mean, the entire season, a lot of people don't like the Alien season. I actually like it. I think it was nice. I think it was very well written. The only part is that it had a bit too much humor. And like the fighting scenes, like when the Rangers fight like the Tangas and stuff, it was just too silly. It was over like kitty, but other than that, I think it was a pretty fine season, but it needed to be longer. The Alien Rangers need way more respect than what they get. And it's quite a shame. I mean, how would you feel knowing you about to be on the most popular kids show ever, and you're only gonna be in 10 episodes and like that's it? You know, that has to suck. And like, you know, and what made it worse is that they was aliens and they had these weird mask like things on their face and head, so you never knew what they looked like. I didn't know until like maybe about like 10 years ago what they actually looked like. And I was very shocked and surprised. And so like, yeah. It just, I don't know, I always felt like they got the short end of the stick when it came to being that of Power Rangers. I'm not even sure how old the characters were. They might have been teenagers, they might have been adults. If they were adults, then technically they were the first adults before Lost Galaxy. If they wasn't, then they wasn't, you know? And what's interesting about their costumes is that, like, it's funny because the entire third season of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, that was supposed to be their costume. But Saban felt like kids wouldn't, like, translate too well. They changed up the costumes, so they just changed up the Zords. And I never knew this entire time the Crane Zord was meant for the White Ranger and not pink, because there was no pink in this entire. There was only 5 of them. And so, like, it makes you wonder what it would have looked like if they would have used their proper outfits. And it's funny they call them the Alien Rangers. Okay, so this is like a weird name to call your Power Ranger team, Alien Rangers, because they're aliens. They were the very first, like, ninja-esque, like, samurai-esque type, like, Rangers and stuff. And so, like, yeah. They got the short end of the stick. I think probably Hasbro won't even be able to do it now because there are rumors that Dino Fear might be the last season of Power Ranger now because of all this Netflix stuff. But whoever takes it over, I wish they would like give the Alien Rangers their due, or at least bring back the cast and just make them into like regular human people so people can see their faces, you know. I will say this, out of all the Alien Rangers we've ever had over the series, they are the most alienist type ones. Like, they have weird shaped faces because of the mask. They tilt their heads in certain kind of ways. They move their fingers in certain kind of ways. And that's something that the cast got created themselves. I know the woman who played Delphine, she said she did, like, you know, the hand gesture thing, and the others they just like went along with it and like did their own thing, and it was just like they really felt like aliens and stuff. They never felt like human. So in this episode, the Rangers are now about to start their quest for finding the Zeo crystals. They've now created some type of temporal wormhole that where they're supposed to travel back in time and look for the individual crystals. Billy is the only person who is now fully, well, I'm about to say adult, because the dude totally looks like an adult, but teenage form. Lord have mercy. They really should have like jumped forward in time when it came to the older Rangers, because they look like they was in college. And they haven't even graduated high school yet. So anyways, so like he's the only one in like, full teenage form, where the other ones are still kids. Because Master Val has like turned back time to about like 5 to 7 or 10 years. And so the Rangers are very, very, very young. And so the alien Rangers tell them that, look towards your heritage to find like the Zeo crystals and stuff. And so they jump through the wormhole and now they're traveling through time. So this is also kind of like a Rocky episode. So Rocky ends up in Mexico. He finds a young boy with the goat, and the boy is all like, something's wrong with the volcano and everything. And I think there's supposed to be like a crystal inside the volcano that's making it like does that. So he knows it's like his crystal, whatever. Either that or he's just going to try to fix the volcano. So he gets some rope and he climbs down there and he pulls the crystal out. And so when he comes back, he discovers that the boy Pablo is his, wait, is this his father or is it his grandfather? Either ways, I think it's his father. And so like he meets some of his other relatives and stuff while he's there. And then next thing you know, the Zeo crystal sucks him up and then he goes back to the present day. And so like, kind of funny how they put a kid in a volcano and it's supposed to be a kid show. Anyways, gotta give it up to them Power Ranger, boy. They'll do whatever it takes to save the world. So that's like the B plot of the show. The A plot of the show is that Sestro is severely dehydrated. See, the alien Rangers are fish. And they live on a planet full of water. And they constantly need water. And well, they've been kind of drying out lately and stuff in the last couple of episodes. So they determined that they just can't drink any kind of water. They need like a pure water source to like fully rehydrate. So Billy suggests, hey, since y'all are fish, why don't y'all talk to fish? They should know what something like pure water is. So they go to the aquarium and they do the Aquaman thing. And Sestro like talks to like the fish and stuff. Well, Bulk and Skull, the kid forms, they have detention. And they're huge fans of the Alien Rangers now. And so they want to meet them, and for some reason they think, hey, maybe to be at the aquarium. So they pretend to go there after school. They go there and they're like totally fanning over like the Alien Rangers and stuff. And so like, so Sestro decides he's going to morph in front of them and go find the water source that the fishes told him. Well, here comes Zed, and Zed doesn't like this. And Zed wants to prevent the Alien Ranger Zords from coming from Aquitar. The Battle Boys, I think they're called. And so, like, he creates, like, a barrier shield around the planet to prevent the, like, Zords from coming. So, the Alien Rangers have to use the Rangers Ninja and Shogun Zords and stuff. Well, Zed has already sent down a monster, and the monster has a really cool design to it. This is back when the alien like monsters used to look really cool and intimidating, and some of them used to look scary. So it sees him, and of course, what it does, it fights him, knocks him down like near like a slope or whatever. And with both swords in hand, he fights the monsters, and he's holding his own, man. This is why I picked this episode and stuff, because the other Ancestral episodes aren't really all that like all that. Like there's one where Billy creates a device and then rehydrates him. He morphs again. He fights some Tangas, but the machine gets broken. Then there's a Zeo episode where he comes back for some bizarre reason, and his spaceship has like broken, and Billy has to fix it, which is kind of embarrassing because Chestro is supposed to be like the smart one of the group. He came and fish his own fish. He came and like fix his own like alien ship, and he needs like Billy's help. And so that's kind of like embarrassing. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention. So when they did this, pretty much every Blue Ranger was supposed to be the smart one. He was smart. Justin was smart in Turbo. They didn't make Rocky smart in Zeo for some reason. His character actually got kind of dumber. His stuff. Oh, poor Rocky. So anyway, so yeah, so like he's holding his own, and one unique thing about him, he's the only alien ranger to ever morph by himself individually, while the other ones do it in the group. And so the Sentai footage that's used for the fight scene is gorgeous. It's like this smoldering hot like heat on like a desert. There's like this red kind of like background, and they look kind of like samurais and stuff, and it's like very cool looking. But you know, of course, he can't hold his own for long, so Zordon calls the other Rangers. They morph to assist him. Zed makes the monster big, and so they call on their battle boys. But they realize something. Zed put down like a barrier and stuff, so they have to call on the Shogun Zord. And this is what's really cool. We get to finally see the Sentai footage of the Rangers going in their Shogun Zords, which is something completely different from the American footage. I think the American footage, I think they just beam into it, and they have their, I don't even know if they have their own special cockpit or what. I can't remember. I think they do. But yeah, so they had their own special like cockpit that they made for the American ones, and it basically looked like the ninja ones and stuff. But yeah, this is so cool. We finally get to see them go in there. Basically what it is, they jump up and they kind of like phase through like the chest area and stuff. So the Zords, they like combine into the Megazord, and it's one of those quick Megazord fights where they just call on their weapon and like destroy the monster, and like that's it. And so that's basically like that episode. I wish there was more I could explain about him, because you know, but there's not. When it comes to Alien Rangers, like the only two names I know is Delphine and Sestro. I know the actress who plays Delphine is Raja. I have no idea what this dude's name is. I have to go re-look it back up. And yeah, they just got like the short end of the stick, which is terrible. Now, one other thing I know about the Alien Rangers is that because Tommy was the White Ranger and they decided to make him the leader in the American footage, they decided to make Delphine, since she was the White Ranger, they decided to make her the leader of the alien group. However, that's only in the American footage. And the Sentai footage is, of course, the Red Ranger who's the leader. So it's always awkward to see her be the leader, but see him take front center and do all the stuff in like the footage they show in the Sentai and stuff. Happy Black History Month, everybody. I'll talk to you later. Bye.